Hey guys, so in today's video, I'm going to be doing the very much requested video about how and where I buy my bags pre-loved. I thought that this was pretty well known now. I thought that people kind of had a good idea, but I got so many questions on the vlog where I revealed my bag, then also on my Christmas haul, that I said, you know what, I'm just going to make a video about how to and where to buy pre-loved bags, because in my opinion, there is nothing wrong with buying a pre-loved bag. You can buy pre-loved bags for a multitude of reasons. Sometimes it's because you can get a couple $100s off. Sometimes it's because the bag is no longer made. Sometimes the bags can be hard to acquire or find, whether they're sold out or anything like that. For me, most of the time, I like to buy pre-loved Louis Vuitton just because I find the price of canvas kind of ridiculous. When I first started buying or getting Louis Vuitton pieces when I was like 14, I believe my Speedy 30 was around $800, which is still a lot, but it was around $800 tax in everything. So $800 is still a lot, but now I think like a Speedy, I'm not sure, I'll insert the price or something here, but the price of a Speedy has gone way up, and I can kind of well, honestly, I find the price inflation's kind of crazy. I mean, I'm not really even sure why they do it. I'm gonna look it up after, but I'm not gonna pay like almost $2,000 for a piece of, like, for a canvas bag. Like $5,000 on Chanel I can kind of justify, but $2,000 on a canvas bag is not really, it doesn't sit well with me. This is the bag that I bought three of my bags are pre-loved. My Balenciaga City bag is pre-loved. My Louis Vuitton Bandolier 55 is, no, this Keep All 55 is pre-loved. And now this bag is pre-loved. So when I was looking to purchase the Speedy 25 Bandolier by Louis Vuitton, I found out that it was a lot more expensive than I thought it was. I think with taxes and everything, it was almost going to come out to $2,000, which, I mean, Louis Vuitton is a luxury brand, but the only pieces of leather that are real leather on this bag are the handles and then the side straps and then the strap. If I was paying for like the empreinte leather or something like that, I can justify a higher price tag, but when I'm paying for just coated canvas, I don't know, I'm a little bit hesitant to spend that much money on a bag, even though I know I'll love it. I started looking on the secondhand and pre-loved, it's just a pretty way of saying used, market. A lot of YouTubers also buy their bags pre-loved, and I really don't think there's anything wrong with it. I don't think that when you're carrying it, anyone's going to know whether you bought it from the store or from online, so what's the big deal? I mean, for me, going to the store isn't that huge of a deal. I've been going since I was young, and you know, yes, it's nice and it's pretty, but I don't need to get all fancy boxes and ribbons. I like throw out the boxes most of the time anyway. I decided to get this bag pre-loved. Now, there is a lot of monogram Speedy B25s, and there's a lot of the Damier Azur Speedy B25s, but at least in my experience, there are not a lot of Speedy B25s in the Damier ebony print, which ebene print, which is what I wanted. So I think that this, if you are looking for a similar bag that is pre-loved, it might be a little bit harder for you to find, just because I would see like tons of the monogram and tons of the Damier Azur, but when it came to the Damier ebene, I saw two when I was looking, and I ended up buying one of them. Depending on the condition of your bag, you can get a bigger or a smaller discount. I got an amazing discount. Not only was the price really reduced, at the time when I bought it, Tradesy was having a $200 off purchase of $500 or more for Cyber Monday. So that's when I was like, hey, I need to scoop it up. Like, I asked for a lot of pictures, I asked for a lot of information, but you don't really know what you're getting until you get it. So I kind of just, like, you know, took a leap of faith and ordered it. And if you follow my vlogs, you know the fiasco of USPS like holding my bag in Louisiana for a while, and then it was just this big ordeal. It wasn't Tradesy's fault. It's just, you know, with the holidays and everything, it does get pretty crazy with shipping, and I don't blame Tradesy at all. But anyways, I finally got this bag. I will link the vlog down below when I did the big reveal, but I finally got this bag, and I was so happy. And I think a lot of you guys saw how good of an experience I had buying pre-loved, that you guys wanted to know where I purchased. So I wrote out a list of tips as well as a list of sites. Of course, those will all be listed down below. So I'm firstly going to talk about the trusted retail websites that are authentic, like guaranteed authentic. When I order from sites like this, I don't feel like I need to worry. These are companies that are guaranteed authentic. They have a great return policy. I don't think that you have too much to worry about when you're ordering from these websites. The sites that I'm going to talk a little bit more about, the sites that you have to be a little bit more cautious on in a few. So I have purchased from fashionphile.com, and then there's also other sites like yugiscloset.com, therealreal.com, mallory's.com, and then for my Canadian followers, lovethatbag.ca and modacell.com. So if you are Canadian and you don't want to pay duties or taxes or convert from USD to Canadian, because I know that's expensive, then lovethatbag.ca and modacell.com are two Canadian pre-loved bag websites. I did pay USD USD for this bag. It always kind of annoys me when people ask like, oh, is that in USD? Is that in USD? Like, I get the dollar is bad, but at the same time, the US dollars are kind of like the world's currency. So I just kind of, you know, grin and bear it. And if it's too much for me, I don't purchase it. Online, unless like it's like a .ca website, most of the prices will be in USD. And I just feel like people, I don't know, I have just accepted it, and I don't let that deter me too much. The only site, like the trusted retail websites that I've purchased from are Fashion File, and Fashion File has a really good selection. They have a ton of brands, but I do find that their prices are a lot more than other websites. It's not that it's a bad website or anything like that, but I just find that their prices are a little bit higher than other websites I've looked on, so that's definitely something to consider. But if they have the bag of your dreams, then you might want to scoop it up. That's another thing with these, you know, pre-loved websites. When it's gone, it's gone. I mean, you might be able to find another one online on that website, but if you really do like a bag, then put it on hold or purchase it, because when it's gone, that bag, like that specific bag, is gone. Most of these websites, you do pay with PayPal, so PayPal protects you in case your bag is not authentic or if the item does not look like it was described online. But these websites, I believe, do have good return policies from my knowledge, so there's really nothing to worry about. If you are concerned about authentication and you do want to get your bag authenticated, you can hire an authenticator. I personally have never done that because I consider myself pretty educated on bags, and I don't feel like I need to pay someone to do that. If you are nervous or this is your first time buying pre-loved and you just really want to be sure, then definitely you can hire an authenticator online. Just Google Louis Vuitton authenticator, Chanel authenticator, Hermes authenticator. Or you can also use a forum, and I'm not really sure what forum, I've never done that, but if I Google a bag, I end up seeing forums. I think it's like Purse Blog or something, and sometimes people will help you authenticate bags for free, which is always very nice. I feel like the key here is to really educate yourself on the bag and know what you're looking for, know the characteristics of the bag. As an example, the interior of this bag is red, and it's just plain red, there's no stripes. If I were to see a listing for a Louis Vuitton bag, like a Speedy B25, and there were stripes inside, then I'd be like, oh, that's probably not very good because that's probably not real. If you are interested in a bag, I definitely recommend kind of familiarizing yourself with said bag and looking at those pictures closely. And also, don't be afraid to ask for more pictures. When I was purchasing this bag, I asked the seller to send me more pictures of, you know, the strap or the stamp. At the end of the day, you're giving these people your money, so you want to be safe, and if they have an issue sending you pictures, then you probably don't want to give them your money. So now I'm going to talk about these sites that you kind of, it's not like, it's reputable to an extent, but you kind of have to do a little bit more of your own research. So I have purchased 2 of my pre-loved bags from Tradesy, and Tradesy is kind of like an eBay just for designer items. And it's not an eBay in the like sense that you bid, but it's an eBay in the sense that like anyone can really post pictures of bags and sell bags. Tradesy does have a 100% money back guarantee if your bag isn't authentic or if the bag comes and it wasn't what you expected. So that made me feel more comfortable, and that's something that you definitely want to look at. And you don't want to buy from somewhere that's just kind of like, okay, once you give us your money, then you're free to go, like you're on your own. And I will say, whenever you're purchasing anything online, definitely use PayPal. It's what I use with Allie's Sevdalis closet. Not only are you protected as a buyer, if you're a seller, you're also protected, and you have some level of protection against fraud or fakes, which makes me feel more secure. I feel like when you're buying on sites like Poshmark or Tradesy or eBay, you just have to use common sense. It's not rocket science. I just feel like you need to use common sense when you're purchasing from those sorts of websites. If you see a listing and it's the stock photo from like Louis Vuitton, like of a bag, then I personally would not be interested in buying that bag. The picture is literally just like the photo that you can just screenshot off of Louis Vuitton. There's no up close pictures or pictures from their personal collection. They might be selling a bag and they just want to put up the stock photo, but I personally would not ever buy a bag unless I saw what that actual bag looked like in a photo. As an example, when I purchased this bag, the only thing that kind of worried me was the underside of the strap. You really cannot even tell, but when I was purchasing, I was like, you know what, I would like more pictures. I was able to see the flaws or the issues in the actual picture. So I feel like it's just common sense. Like I said, if you see a picture and the inside of the lining isn't how it's supposed to be, then it's a fake. If you see a picture and, you know, something doesn't add up or the stitches are bad or anything like that, then it's probably a fake. So you just kind of need to use common sense. Now, eBay is also a site that you can buy pre-loved bags on, and I actually found this exact bag pre-loved on eBay. don't discredit eBay. There are lots of good sellers. I know there's tons of sellers from, Japan and China, and I have never personally purchased from any of those sites. There are sellers that have tons and tons of bags on eBay from Japan, and they are very intense about their pictures. They have whole grading systems. I know Jerusha Couture has bought many bags from Japan sellers, and she's always had great experiences. Always look at these seller ratings, look at reviews, look at stuff like that, and always read the fine print and read the details, because I know on eBay they'll have like grading systems. They'll be like scent or discoloration or mold or anything like that, and you can read it all. They have a grading system. Like if it's a C, it's very good. If it's an A, it's like this, blah blah blah. So read that. The same goes for Poshmark. A lot of people sell their bags on Poshmark. For me, I just use Allie Sevdalis closet. I have no bags that I'm planning on selling at the moment. If it looks fake, it probably is fake. Trust your gut instinct. But I hope this answered some of your questions about where and how I buy pre-loved bags. I'm just going to say that Tradesy does not ship to Canada, so that is why I got it shipped to the US. They don't ship to Canada, so I shipped it to my American PO box. But I think every other site does send to Canada. So I've had really good experiences buying pre-loved. I'm very happy with all of my bags, and I really recommend it. So if you have any other questions, feel free to leave them down below. I'm no expert, but these are just my tips for buying pre-loved bags. And I'm very, very happy with my experiences and my bags. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a great day or night, depending on when you watch this, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.